Hey, Viking fans. Jaire Alexander, cornerback, the Green Bay Packers, says week 1 was a fluke. Let's talk about that next in 3, 2, 1. Gather around, school brothers and sisters. This is School World, brought to you by Minnesota Sports Talk. I'm your host, Dave. You can follow me on Twitter, TikTok, and Facebook at School World. I'm also on all these channels. Here's friends of the channel: Purple and Gold for Days, Purple Pocket Podcast, the GG Sports Podcast, the Purple Code. Make sure you subscribe, like, and comment on those channels. We are giving away an autographed Chuck Foreman 44 jersey, autograph. Chuck Foreman himself gave it to us in partnership. Go to chuckforeman44.com, use SCHOOL15 at checkout, get 15% off. Drawing January 3rd. You just got to subscribe, like, and comment. Make sure you do that. And you can also, we have a partnership with Fanatics. There'll be a link in the description below to a couple of Fanatics pages. Make sure you use those links. Go and put them in a search engine. You'll be helping out the channel. Now let's get started about someone who kind of made me laugh here. And that is Jaire Alexander, right? He has this quote, and I'm gonna go through the article, but he don't jump in no super suit and get dressed and jump outside. You hear me? He also called week 1 a fluke. So I don't know what he's saying there. Apparently he says it's Superman. Well, I got Justin Jefferson down in the super suit. I think he is Superman, and I think internally he's laughing at it. But honestly, Justin Jefferson's been a trooper about it. He's being dissed by a rival player and a rival team, and I think he's internalizing it and is going to ball out Sunday. Is Justin Jefferson a fluke? Was week 1 a fluke? He had like 180 some yards in week 1. We thought we were we were going to kill it. We get beat by Philly the next week. A lot of our own doing, but Jaire Alexander says, hey, it is a fluke. So let's talk about this article. Packers cornerback Jaire Alexander thinks as highly of Justin Jefferson as he does about any receiver in the NFL. He just doesn't think Minnesota Vikings star will repeat his performance from the season opener: 11 catches for 184 yards and 2 touchdowns and 23-7 beating of the Packers on September 11th. When the two teams meet again at Lambeau Field on Sunday. So this is Jaire Alexander. You just got to be real. He don't jump in no super suit and get dressed and jump outside. You hear me? Alexander said Thursday, I don't either sometimes, but he is human, is what I'm saying. We ain't putting too much on nobody. All right? He's a really good receiver, but at the end of the day, I'm a really good corner. We've got really good corners. We got really good linebackers, D-line, whatever it is. You don't want to put too much focus on that one person because it's like the first game, that was a fluke. So he's saying the first game is a fluke, and you don't want to put too much concentration on one player. This is the same guy that said he wished he was pissed off after the game that he didn't follow Justin Jefferson going against their defensive scheme and play man the entire game against Justin Jefferson. That was his take after the first game. Is that he's contradicting himself severely. We don't want to put too much concentration on one player, but at the same time, I want to follow him around the entire field because he won't get a catch on me. Come on, man. We got this guy here. We got this super genius. Kevin O'Connell has moved him around. Let's continue with this article. Alexander was named to the Pro Bowl this season for the second time in his career. Said Jefferson is among his top 3 receivers. Devontae Adams number 1, and I think Miami's Jalen Waddle. He says I think Waddle might have snuck in there as of this past weekend. Alexander said, I think he's a really good receiver. So he's got his top 3 are Waddle, Justin Jefferson, and Devontae Adams. Well, I get the first 2, but Waddle? Really? There are 5 to 10 other receivers than Jalen Waddle. But I think he's trying to boost him up because maybe he had a good game against him last week. I don't know. Both Alexander and fellow cornerback Rasul Douglas downplayed this season's first meeting. In fact, they said they did not spend any time going back to watch film of what Jefferson did when he had 6 of the catches for 158 yards and both touchdowns in the first half. They are saying they are not looking at any film from the first game against our receiver. Good. Don't pay any attention to it. Please don't. Oh my gosh, these guys are so high in themselves that they are downplaying what Justin Jefferson did to him the first game. Because I don't really remember that game, Douglas said. I hope not. Yeah, you may want to block it out, man. It was amazing. I kind of knocked all the first half season games away. Okay. However, it's not like Packers defensive coordinator Joe Barry has ignored the first meeting. The defensive coaches include several of those plays in their film cut-ups this week. Not paying attention to it, but the defensive coaches putting plays in for them to watch. I got it, sure. They are playing Justin Jefferson, a guy that is playing in the next 2 games to break the NFL record and to be the first receiver over 2,000 yards ever in the history of the NFL. We're not paying him not much mind. We are not going to watch the film of week 1 when we played him. No, we're not going to do that. In an NFL football season, it was a long time ago, Barry said, long time ago. But we studied it and we looked at it, and now they're saying they studied it. Oh my gosh, and looked at it. And of course, there's things that they did that they still do. So of course, we looked at those things, but we live and learn from every experience, and that's definitely one we learn from. And on the next one, and on to the next one. But they didn't look at the film. They didn't pay any mind to it. It's so long ago, I don't want to pay attention to that. Everything after the season. But yet, we looked at it. We're going to learn from this experience. Which is it, guys? I am so excited for this game. Since that game, Douglas has moved on from a slot position to an outside cornerback spot. Alexander has been used on occasion to follow a specific receiver throughout the game, a strategy Barry did not employ against Jefferson. This is all setting up to Jaire Alexander to mirror Justin Jefferson around the field. And oh my God, that is going to be awesome. We're looking at man, guys, against this team. Man, and the players, we move Justin Jefferson around and Jaire Alexander follows him around the field. We automatically know it's man. Thank you for that gift to us, man. Thank you. Well, Jefferson's going to get his touches, Packers coach Matt LaFleur said. As a matter of fact, it's funny you asked that because I was looking at this game-by-game production, and they do a great job moving him around. Yes, and that's what's going to burn you, again, this game. That's why it presents some challenges unless you just want to go lock him up and play man, which opens up a new can of worms every snap. It's hard to just account for where he's going to be. I think you got to do a great job of giving him different looks, but you always got to be mindful of where he's at on the field. If they decide to have Jaire Alexander mirror him around the field, showing us that they're in man on every play, God help them. God help them. On Thursday, before Alexander made his comments, Jefferson told reporters in Minnesota that he was surprised on some routes of being so wide open in week 1. I added the so. As you can see, some of the plays I was acting like somebody was going to be there and nobody was there. So I'm definitely expecting him to play a little differently, Jefferson said. I definitely remember Jaire saying he was wishing he could play me man-to-man more and be on me more. So I'm pretty sure they're going to have a different plan than what they had the first game of the season. You know, they better. But if it's to have Jaire Alexander mirror him around the field, please do. Please do. The Packers 7-8 would be eliminated from playoff contention with a loss Sunday, combined with a win by either the Detroit Lions or over the Chicago Bears or Washington Commanders over the Cleveland Browns. Even if that the win, even if they win their last 2 games, the Packers will need help in the form of either 1 loss to the Commanders or 2 losses by the Giants to get in. Hey, Viking fans, my school brothers and sisters, this is the game where we can put a feather in our cap, knock the Green Bay Packers out of the playoffs. Just win the game, man. And hey, help us out, guys, and have Jaire Alexander mirror Justin Jefferson around the field. Play man the entire game. Let's do it. Let's go. Let's go. Let's get them. It's Packers week. I'm ready. Are you ready? Let's go. Skol Vikings. See you next time. Cue the music. Thank you, Viking fans, for listening. Make sure you catch my other episodes. Also, make sure you subscribe, like, and leave a comment below. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Skol Vikes.